Hey everybody, it's Matt from You and Your Horror Movies, and welcome to another Top 10 Tuesday. Sorry for this was a little late. I had my anniversary with my wife. Been together 8 years. It's awesome. So we pretty much spent the whole day together. So I wanted to get my video up kind of late. Besides, we're doing folk horror, and I was kind of confused on, the whole folk thing, folklore, what to do. So I was googling, searching, and Moods told me about certain ways. So I kind of went way that he did too. I saw his video, his top 10, and it inspired me on some other films. But some films on his list, I'm like, yeah, it's got to be on mine too, just because how good the movie is and how well it fits. So, without further ado, let's get on with the list. So, my top 10 folk horror in my collection. Number 10 is called Cherry Tree. This is a pretty cool witch type film where it's pretty much all based on this cherry tree that has grown on the outskirts of town where witches dwell underneath and they do sacrifices. And now, this one, they're trying to get this little girl, she's about 16 or so, 16, 17, to give birth to Satan pretty much. So of course she tricks this girl into having sex with this boy. Blah blah blah. Her father's sick, so she figured, I'll make a deal with the witches. If they cure my dad, I'll do this. Pretty cool story. The cool centipedes are their familiars, which is kind of neat. I like this one. Cool flick. Check out Cherry Tree if you haven't seen it. All right, number 9. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. This is one of Mood's ones, and I definitely 100% agree. And that is Senatucci. This one is like a not Alps, but a Scandinavian, I want to say it is. They're in the Swiss Alps, and they're two guys. And of course, there's a demon nearby. Weird ass flick. Like this demon dresses up as a woman, and sometimes these guys are like dancing with brooms, but they're thinking they're dancing with women. Uh, it's just awkward film, but a really great film. I never bothered upgrading the Blu-ray. I like the DVD the way it is. Uh, the scenery is fantastic. The atmosphere is great on how they did this film. Really weird flick, but it's a cool Scandinavian type film taking place in the Alps. Why not? All right. Number 9. Number 8 is Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp with the whole Headless Horseman folk. I love this movie. Special effects were outstanding. Ray Park, who did Darth Maul, plays the Headless Horseman, which he did a fantastic job. This movie is very dark, eerie. I loved it. Had to throw this one in the list. Sleepy Hollow, great film. The whole change of Ichabod, instead of being a school teacher, they made him a investigator. Pretty cool. All right, number 7. Some people kind of figure this is not a horror, but I think it is a horror film, and it does well. And that is the witch, the witch. Pretty much an outcast family because of they don't believe in the Puritan religion anymore. They're outcasts to live on their own, and of course, it's pretty much the whole family going into a brink of madness. They all think there's a witch involved. One of the first, not the firstborn, but the baby gets supposed to gets kidnapped and disappears. And of course, the whole family just goes into downhill madness. Others are getting possessed, getting ill. The father, all he does is chop wood during the whole entire film. It's a great atmospheric type film. I know some people find it very boring. Some people found it, they can't deal with the whole old school, I don't want to say the old school words, thou this and thou that. We had to put the subtitles on just to make sure we were reading it right, and it works. But The Witch was great. Yeah. All right. Number 6 is Krampus. We're going a little kind of like a Christmas one here for a couple of them. The whole folk of Krampus himself being a demon slash Santa Claus's evil other side. Instead of helping out little kids, he punishes the evil. I like this film a lot. The one thing I did not like was the gingerbread men, but I can outlive that easily. The rest of the movie was great. I love the ending to this film. It was fantastic, very well done, uh, superb, fun film. I love watching the special effects and how they did it. The making of Krampus was a lot of fun. All right, 5. Jeez. Again, we're going into a little bit of the Christmas theme. Moods had this on it, so I had to put mine because it's true. That's Rare Exports. Very weird twist on Santa Claus. Here we had Krampus. Now we're actually doing with Santa himself. But this is the one where Santa is not the good guy. Now this one is a... Oh, God. Another... this one's a Norwegian, I want to say, film, or close to that area. Forgot exactly what it is, but this is the one where Santa Claus is not your nice jolly guy. He is a mean son of a bitch. He definitely punishes those. Great film on how this worked. Great atmospheric how they did it. Fun flick. Again, if you can find Rare Exports, I recommend waiting. If this is already expensive, wait. I hate to say, but wait till Christmas time comes around. A lot of times they don't know this is a horror film, and they'll put this out in the Christmas section, like at FYE. I found this cheaper in the Christmas section than in the horror section, and it was going for higher prices. Other places else, I said, fuck it, I'm grabbing this where it is now during Christmas time. So yeah, I recommend doing it during Christmas time. Rare Exports, great film. All right, number 4 is Rawhead Rex. Now we're going to a little bit of a Irish folklore based on a Irish slash English demon. The whole countryside is pretty much, keeps themselves while this family unleashes the demon. And of course, the demon runs amok on the Irish hillsides. It kills this family's son. And now the father and the wife are pretty much after this demon. Again, I would wish this would get a better release. I think there is a DVD out there, but it's way out of print. So I have a bootleg right now. And I hope maybe some company will pick this up and get it released. Clive Barker's Rawhead Rex. It's phenomenal. Alright, number 3 is The Hollow. Again, some more Irish horror. This one is pretty much based on fairies, where this family moves in. He is a tree doctor, and they tell him, don't go into the woods. That certain area of the woods is off limits. Of course, he disobeys, and him and his family are getting tormented by these fairies slash nymph-like creatures. They're not the happy fairies that you would think from, cartoons and shit like that. These ones are mean. They start off a little mischievous, and they work themselves up. Great story, great scenery, love it. Number 2 is, found out it's actually a German folklore film, and that is the original Nosferatu, based, of course, on vampires for Germans back in the 1920s. They did this film from black and white, silent film. Love it. I had to get this version because this is the typo negative, which was not supposed to have been released. Typo did not have the rights. This company did not have the rights to put out and Typo didn't know about it. But of course, since Peter Steele passed away and everything is gone, this has been a collector's item for horror fans and typo negative fans because of the typo. But again, watch it. Anyway, you can just pretty much take this movie, any form, play typo negative in the background if you want, but I had to get this version. It's awesome. Yeah, I found it's a German folklore film. Pretty cool. And my number one, which has been a lot of number ones, that is the original Wicker Man. Excuse me. The whole. I love how the story is on this, where the town sends someone out into the normal world to pretty much bring someone back from outside to get sacrificed for their garden slash fields. This whole big pagan ritual, and of course they did a remake on this with Nicolas Cage. Not gonna go in there, but of course the original is, to me, is the best. I know my wife saw the remake first, and I got her to watch this one, and she fell asleep to it. But I love the original. Fantastic job. Christopher Lee doing his portrayal. What can you say about The Wicker Man? Awesome film, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little top 10 here of folklore horror. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. Alright, guys, have a good night. Peace.